everyone, how are we today? Just doing a bit of an all signs reading for you today. We're looking under the theme of gratitude, what things you will either be grateful for right now or, in the coming weeks. So this is covering the end of January. So for a lot of you, this is, upcoming things to be grateful for in your life. The general theme of gratitude that you need to pay attention to in your life, and all those sorts of things. Basically, however that resonates for you, and the topic of gratitude in your personal life. Okay, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that, and it really does make a difference. Every subscription, every comment, leave me comments. Let me know if there's anything specific you would like me to do a reading on. I love taking those on board and seeing what comes out in those sorts of readings. They work out really well for the channel, so I do really appreciate that. Today I am going to be using the Divine Abundance Oracle, and I have here a Lenormand deck I have not actually used on the channel before. This is the Lenormand of China. Okay, so it is based on Chinese mythology. I believe the Divine Abundance deck is based on Indian religion as well. So very cultural today in our readings. Okay, I do understand that there is quite a lot of people that do subscribe to the channel that because the message I was getting before I was sort of starting this reading was about the fact that quite a lot of my subscribers can speak two languages or more. Okay, so straight off the bat there, that's a bit of a collective message for those of you who do have more than one language, that that in itself is something to be grateful for, that you are part of the world that has the ability to have more than one language. I myself have tried to learn other languages, and it is a lot harder to actually understand more than one language than people give a lot of people credit for. So even when you're speaking your native tongue, that the fact that you have a secondary language, that in itself is something to be grateful for. It has, put you in a class above a lot of, the average in the world. So kudos to those of you who do have more than one language. I'm a little bit jealous, not going to lie. I would love to be able to speak multiple languages. But obviously that's coming through as something to be grateful for those of you who fit that criteria. Okay, as always, timestamps will be in the description box. Bit of a long intro today, guys, but we will start off with Aries and move on through the zodiac. Okay. All right. Aries, the theme of gratitude for Aries. What does Aries have to be grateful for the rest of January? We just had one fly on out there, Aries. Receiving. Okay, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Okay, so the amount of energy that you are receiving, there's a lot of things that you have been receiving that you haven't necessarily been even taking stock of, to be honest here, Aries. We do also see sacrifice coming through on the bottom of the deck there. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It is a sacrifice to love. Okay, and to the ability to receive further blessings. All right, sometimes we do need to sacrifice our self-limiting beliefs in order to receive those blessings and to receive greater love and greater material value in our lives. So for some of you, there are some sacrifices needing to be made here. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's about sacrificing. There's something coming through about sacrificing what you're willing to give in return to receive, needing to, sacrifice a little bit more of yourself, your time, your love, your energy in order to receive greater blessings there. Okay, we'll have a look with the Lenormand as well. Aries. What does Aries need to know in regard to gratitude for the rest of January, please? Gratitude messages for Aries for the end of January. Definitely blessings available to you here, Aries. Starting off here, we have the cross coming through. Okay, so that's definitely having faith, keeping faith, and trusting your inner guidance as well, knowing that there is a divine plan, like we saw in that receiving card, receiving the highest divine plan and trusting your inner guidance, that having faith that you are on the right path for your destiny. Okay, sometimes it's also giving me the phrase, with great power comes great responsibility. So once again, that need to, sacrifice the lower energies around you in order to, receive the greater blessings, which we do see here with the Fool card, the Joker in this particular deck. This deck does have a Joker card, which is, equivalent to the Fool in tarot, but it is all about good fortune and, riding in on the wave of abundance. You can see this character here riding the fish, and in the Lenormand, the fish does talk about abundance. Okay, so the more that you trust and have faith that things are coming your way, the more that you actually do start to ride that wave of abundance. Okay, and things do start coming in for you even more so. It's like fresh starts, new ways of looking at things as well. We do also have the Tower coming through for you here, Aries. So that does bring around, this, for a lot of you, I feel like this is that, trusting in the ways in which you feel isolated in this world, that there's actually a lot of gratitude to be had in regard to the ways that, you're seeing it as a negative thing right now, the way that you're feeling isolated, the way that you're feeling, a little bit set apart, the way that you maybe have had to put up defenses in the past and things like that. But it's actually part of, what enables you to, receive a lot more of this divine guidance and the divine abundance, and to really challenge yourself. It's kind of giving you this energy of fortitude within yourself, that your inner core is quite strong and stable, and you can stand tall and firm, knowing that your structure is, you have built a strong structure of self around your life, that you have a lot of independence and, that trust in your faith, regardless of what particular faith that is, whether it's in God, in the universe, or whatever. That your structure is quite strong, and the things that make you feel isolated are actually they're not isolating you. Okay, they're making you strong, and they are, it's not so much isolation as being set apart from others. Okay, and that can actually be a really good thing, because you're not meant to be drawn down into the lower echelons here. You're not staying at the bottom. You're someone who can keep rising up through the levels here. So the foundation of strength is enabling you to, be set apart in a way that it's not actually isolation, even though sometimes it may feel like you are isolated from others around you. It's an opportunity for you to rise above. Okay, so that's the way that's coming through for you today, Aries. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay. Taurus, what does Taurus need to know in regard to gratitude throughout the end of January? Gratitude messages for Taurus. I did have some drop out here as well, Taurus. So we have karma and divine abundance have come through for you here. So this is kind of just a quick message to let you know that, in your past lives, you have dealt with a lot of karma, and there's certain things in this lifetime where, especially around the start of your lifetime, Taurus, that there's certain things that it's kind of reminding you that you chose this life in some kind of a way, because it is actually allowing you more abundance than what you have allowed yourself in previous lifetimes. That this is your lifetime of clearing out any negative karma, and then receiving the positive karma from all your hard work throughout your past lives here, with the divine abundance, that this particular lifetime, your abundance levels are limitless. Okay, limitless is the main card that's come through there. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. All right, so keeping your eyes open at the end of January here, because this abundance is actually coming through from very unexpected places. Let's see if we can get a little bit more detail about that. Taurus, messages of gratitude for Taurus throughout the end of January, please. Taurus. Okay, so we do see the clouds coming through first for you here, Taurus. As you can see, the clouds are letting down this downpour in this particular card. So it does let us know that you are probably, overthinking things a little bit. And, the phrase that has been coming through lately with that clouds energy is, keep it simple, stupid. All right. That sometimes you don't need to think things so much, that the most simple answer is usually the right one. All right. So there's something about the perspective in which you're thinking about things, especially about relationships and patterns and cycles. We have the ring coming through there. Look at that. That's your card as well, Taurus, with the bull there on that. It took me a while to realize that that's why the ring is your card, Taurus, because it refers to the bull ring in the bull's nose, which, just side note for you there. But the energy there is like to do with the way that you're thinking about patterns and cycles that you've experienced in your lifetime, especially relationship patterns. So noticing that you experience the same patterns when it comes to relationships, whether it be, platonic relationships or love relationships, you have sort of started to notice a pattern or a cycle that keeps continuing, feeling like you're stuck on a bit of a loop here. And the clouds just lets us know that it's necessary to not overthink those patterns. It's necessary to, change our perspective and think about those things, from a logic standpoint, rather than getting caught in the loop of emotion connected to those patterns. And then, we have the flowers there as well. So it's also letting us know that it's okay to give and receive, and really looking at the patterns of the way that you have given and received in those past relationships, given your time, your love, your energy, and what have you received in return for those things. Or I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about, that there has been some sort of pattern where you give more than you actually get in relationships. And it's just kind of wanting you to know that, the more that you think about that in a logical manner, rather than, going down those rabbit holes of negative thinking about those patterns that you've experienced, you actually do start to see your way clear and find a little bit more clarity in regards to the patterns in your life. And then you're able to break those patterns. And I do feel as though, too, for a couple of you here with that limitless card coming through, that, especially seeing that that's about receiving. And then we see the flowers, which is about receiving. All right. So I do feel that for a few of you here, there is something about receiving a little bit more, food for thought, a little bit more knowledge about something from the past that really opens you up to understand this reciprocal give and take, just on a bit of a different level, in a different way than what you maybe have actually understood it while you're in those situations. And then when you get that clarity, it really then becomes limitless as to, you know, the future of being able to break that cycle and whatnot. For some of you, I am picking up that there is, you know, a specific, you know, when I'm saying information regarding those patterns and loops, I do feel for some of you that someone's coming back into your life kind of going, I'm ready to give to you now, Taurus. And you're realizing that, no, like I gave you so much and you can't sort of breadcrumb me at the moment. Like it's kind of feeling like something along those lines happening around you at the moment as well. And it kind of, that's what kind of sets you off into this trajectory of thought about like, I gave so much and I never received anything in return. And now they're trying to offer, you know, reciprocal energy. But I just think that there's something here about, you're seeing the pattern. You're seeing that they're not actually offering that's part of their pattern. And it's just something about, you know, understanding that you're actually receiving a lot from that person just in knowing and understanding that it's just part of the pattern. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Taurus. But that's only a couple of you, okay? But it's just sort of, you know, knowledge coming from unexpected places, receiving something from unexpected places, that it could come from absolutely anyone, the person that you least expect, or the place that you least expect to you know, get hit with one of those epiphanies, and then bang, there it is. But that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, what does Gemini need to know in regard to gratitude throughout the end of January? Messages of gratitude for Gemini through the end of January here. Okay. Oh, we see receiving coming through for you, Gemini. So some of you may have strong Aries placements. They did receive that card. I believe in a couple of readings lately, Gemini and Aries have been linked very strongly with messages. So you guys might just be on a very similar trajectory or something along those lines. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Okay, so every single day you are moving closer to understanding your purpose, understanding where to go next, and to have some sort of gratitude here for everything that you are receiving in your life at the moment, because it's opening you up to understanding that this is all part of, you know, it's kind of like that destiny kind of energy, that everything happens for a reason kind of thing, and you are moving closer to understanding that. And the more that you're, you know, I am picking up a lot of you receiving a lot at the moment, and some of you it's feeling like you're perceiving those things that you're receiving as negative, but it's kind of like that example of, you know, when you see someone's true colors and you're kind of like, oh, I'm glad I saw that now before I, you know, put too much faith in that person. I thought that there was something off about that person. I'm glad to see the truth of that. So even though it may on the surface seem like a negative thing has happened, the greater meaning of it is not lost on you at the moment. You're receiving the extra layer of understanding of why that is important to, you know, receive that information, and so that when you move forward, you're not going to be carrying those lower energies with you. Gemini, messages of gratitude for Gemini. A lot of you, I am receiving a raise coming through as well for someone. But for a lot of you, it's got more to do with, you know, just the universe in general, okay? Because we do start off here with the cross coming through first. So that's, the divine plan. That's everything happening for a reason. That's having faith and trusting that the universe knows what it's doing. There's a method to the madness kind of thing. With great power comes great responsibility to trust yourself and have faith that, there is a meaning behind things that happen, even the bad things, that there is a greater meaning behind those things, especially with the rider coming through here. So it's kind of like there's some news on the way to you throughout the end of January here. Once again, I feel like for some of you, this is receiving that raise, and it's kind of like you're trusting that good things will come, kind of thing. That exactly when it's supposed to arrive at my doorstep, here it comes. Here's that knight in shining armor come to offer me a new opportunity. We have the keys here as well. Okay, so that is a new opportunity, or a lot of opportunities opening up to you at this stage. You're receiving a lot of different opportunities, and a lot of doors opening to you in some kind of a way at the moment, and they all leading you to success, and successful transformation is wanting to come through as well. For a lot of you, it's really about trusting your intuition too. There's a lot of having faith that, the good things are coming, that the right opportunity will land on your doorstep exactly when it is supposed to. I feel like for a lot of you, there is going to be a specific opportunity that is offered to you throughout the end of January here that will become quite important for you to receive that opportunity in some kind of a way. Okay, so that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe, and we will move on over to our Cancers. Cancer. Okay, Cancer. On the theme of gratitude for Cancer, the end of January, what does Cancer need to know in regard to gratitude? Intuition. Okay, intuition, being grateful that your intuition is guiding you right now. Okay, very, very strong energy. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. So you just have this very instinctive gut feeling at the moment, this, following your heart kind of energy that is definitely taking you in the right direction. And it's very much trusting that right now. I'm just getting a very specific examples given here. Okay, Cancer, that it's like your instinct says, oh, I should go left today instead of going right on my walk. And then, as you step left, to the right, you see a tree branch fall right where you would have been standing. So those sorts of things are coming through, like especially something to do with avoiding a car accident or avoiding this. It's for someone here, it's not even avoiding the car accident. It's avoiding the seriousness of the car accident. Okay, because I'm getting like your intuition tells you, oh, I need to slow down. And so you just slow down. You trust your instinct and you slow down. And then your car ends up, maybe getting a scrape up the side, but it's not a full-on impact. Okay, so something along those lines there as well. So really, if you're getting those little gut instincts, if your heart is telling you, oh, be careful with that person, be careful with that thing, definitely be careful with that. Okay, if your instincts say, oh, slow down, definitely slow down. Especially rushing into things and rushing around is your intuition will be telling you, don't rush that, take your time with that. Seems very important here, Cancer. Okay, Cancer, what does Cancer need to know in regard to gratitude for the end of January? Trust your intuition when it comes to your finances as well. We have the fish coming through first, which is the card of abundance, financial wealth, and whatnot as well, material things. Okay, so really trusting your intuition when it comes to your material world. Watch out for that machinery, anything based in reality. like machinery, money, you know, your day-to-day mundane life. You know, we're not looking at feelings and, you know, emotions and thoughts. We're not looking at that connection for you right now. We're looking at, you know, what's actually going on in the physical world. Seems to be very important for you to pay attention to throughout the end of January. We do also see with the fish here, especially with the key coming through next, a specific financial opportunity for a lot of you to take. Okay, so it's kind of like trusting your intuition to back out of that investment, or swap those stocks over to that other stock that your intuition's going, oh, maybe I should invest in that. You know, trusting your intuition with your financial stuff, your financial opportunities. So if you're being offered, okay, you know, come through and you've got an opportunity to invest in that, you've got an opportunity to get involved in this, really, you know, use your intuition on those things, because, you know, we do see a lot of potential opportunities coming through for you at the end of January here, especially financial material opportunities. Not going to lie, even though I'm not seeing the gambling card here, I am getting, you know, the messages of, you know, it's probably a good couple of weeks for you to be, you know, buying a lotto ticket and those sorts of things as well. For those of you who would like to buy lotto tickets, we're seeing 33, 34, and 1 as important numbers for you here. We also have the rider coming through. So that these things will probably happen very suddenly. It's like all of a sudden you've got this opportunity. It's like out of nowhere. Oh, good news! And for some of you, it's not even opportunities that are coming. It's gratitude for opportunities that are paying off throughout the end of January, okay? Because it's like that financial opportunity here, you know, good news, that was successful, okay? Good news showing up at your door in some form for a lot of you here as well. But it's things happening very, very quickly, and needing to jump on those opportunities when they're given to you. If your intuition is saying, oh yeah, jump on that, definitely go ahead with those sorts of things. I am getting, for a majority of you, it's definitely going ahead with those opportunities rather than, you know, but then in the physical stuff, it's you know, really paying attention to your intuition if it's saying slow down on non-money related like things happening around you. So I'm getting the mixed sort of message there, but it seems like things like if you're told to slow down while you're driving, slow down. But when it comes to financial opportunities, go fast, okay? Jump on those things as quickly as possible. It does seem to be the main message for you there, Cancer. Okay, but that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo. What does Leo need to know in regard to gratitude for the rest of January? Gratitude messages for Leo. Receiving. Okay, so a couple of signs have got this already. We've got Gemini and Aries both have already received the receiving energy. So for some of you, you may be linked or have strong signs in the Aries or the Gemini placements there. But, you know, it may be, I am picking up for one of you here, Leo, that you may actually be linking up with somebody who is a Leo, a Gemini, or an Aries. And some sort of partnership message is coming through, like you're receiving a partnership that really moves you forward in some kind of way. So I am getting that message coming through there as well. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Okay, so this is actually quite similar to the weekly readings, Leo, where it's all about, you know, sitting back and allowing your inner guidance to open yourself up to the divine plan, the greater purpose for you in your world. So you are receiving a lot of energy in regard to your purpose and, you know, where do I go next in my life? This is a strong couple of weeks for you, Leo, to really work out what comes next. What are my goals? What are my aspirations? Where do I want to be, you know, a year from now, 5 years from now. Leo, gratitude messages for Leo for the end of January, please. Also, a lot of you are receiving more than you realize in your general life as well. Like, it's being grateful for the small things that you've received as well. Like, I received, like, but it's once again, it's divine messages coming through, divine plan coming through. Oh, I received an insight into something. I received strong emotions of something that led me in the right path to something else. I received stronger intuition, and I trusted it, and it gave me even more blessings. Something along those lines. It's like the more I'm open to receiving something, the more that I do receive. We do have the stars coming through first. Okay, so definitely receiving a lot more hope and purpose in those goals and those sorts of things. Like I mentioned, that you're opening up to receiving all your wishes come true. You're opening up that side within yourself that has hope and optimism, that everything I set my mind to, I will, receive. Okay, so you're definitely getting a lot of strength in the things that you're wishing for, and being able to understand, where to next. Okay, if that's my end goal, what steps do I need to take in order to get to that? We do see also the house and the anchor. So we do see a lot of security and stability, reliable energy around you. So you're really, opening yourself up to receive this faith, this trust in your dreams coming true in a very stable kind of a way, that I know that this is something I can depend on getting, because I know that I'm going to keep pushing towards that goal, that wish come true. I know that I will get it, because, I'm going to receive what is due to me, kind of thing. It's coming through there a little bit, but it's like, I know I'm stable enough. I know I'm steady enough. I know I've gone through enough already to know that I will receive, those blessings that I'm asking for. Because I feel like too that you're when you're setting your goals and your aspirations, you're being very, down to earth, very realistic about, what things can be, I can be secure in actually being able to achieve within myself. So you're being very, reasonable and logical about achievable dreams, and so that they're achievable for you. They're not, these far off crazy dreams that seem impossible. So you're setting very, very good goals for yourself here this month, and it's coming through from a sense of purpose and knowing that you're receiving this extra layer of information to your your spiritual energy, knowing that you will receive exactly what you're supposed to when you're supposed to, and that you're gaining a bit of a deeper understanding throughout the rest of the month as well. Okay, if you haven't already checked out the weekly reading, maybe go back and check that one as well, because I do feel as though that was a very linked up energy to you there, Leo. Okay, but make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, messages of gratitude for our Virgos. What does Virgo need to know in regard to gratitude for the rest of January? Oh, signs. I like this card for you, Virgo. I think, once again, I feel like I've said something to you recently like this, Virgo. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. Okay, so a lot of you are seeing a lot of signs around you, and to be able to see when you're going in the right direction, or to understand when, oh, that's not quite right. You're getting a lot of signs and synchronicities, especially. You're getting like songs are strong in your energy here, Virgo. It's kind of like, I'm getting this weird message. I don't know what the song is, but it's like, I can't I don't know the song. I'm hearing a specific song, and it's like it's giving me the vibe of the song, but not the specific words. But it's like you're driving along, right? And you're about to turn down a specific road, and all of a sudden on the radio comes a song that's like, don't walk that road, go a different direction, something like that. And it's basically telling you don't go that way. And so you go, oh, that's weird that song came on right before I made that turn. So do you know what? I'm going to go this other way. And then, later on you're like, oh, I'm glad I went this way instead of that way, because, maybe something happened on that road that you were going to turn down, or then you found out there was road works and you would have got stuck on that road for hours, or maybe you find something along the new path that you're like, oh, I never knew that shop was there. And then you stop in and you find something that you're, supposed to have. And so you purchase something that you're like, oh, that I was supposed to go this way today because that was supposed to be mine. Okay, so there's a lot of signs coming through for you about that, those sorts of things. For some of you, you are actually opening up spiritual gifts here as well. And you are seeing you are getting, like, I'm getting, for some of you, you're getting specific spiritual signs coming through to you, that are opening you up to a greater understanding of, which way to go in your life and which way to not go in your life. And it's kind of like you're getting, because I'm seeing weird thing coming through for you here, Virgo. Like, you meet someone new and you see, like, you've never been able to see auras before, but all of a sudden, you meet this new person and then all of a sudden you see this weird black shadow around them or something along those lines. And you're like, oh, I just don't like their energy. Like, on the surface, they seem great. And, normally I'd really get along with that person, but I'm just seeing something in their, aura or their energy that I'm just not vibing with. And then you find out later on that person is not a good person or something along those lines. So really trust those signs you're getting at the moment, Virgo. And some of you definitely are. The signs are coming through in a spiritual way for some of you. Like I just used that example of the auras. And it's a new spiritual gift for you that you don't really understand yet. Just trust your intuition. Okay. It's trying to, that's why it's trying to open you up to that gift, because it's actually giving you the signs that you need right now. So trust your intuition with that as well. Virgo, I'm also getting something about your jaw, your teeth, especially on the left hand side here. My jaw just started hurting out of nowhere. So if you get that sensation, don't go that way. Okay, don't do that thing, whatever that is. Your jaw will hurt, your teeth will hurt on the left side. Be aware of that when it happens. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, gratitude messages for Virgo for the end of January. Okay, so I'm hearing the phrase, it all happened for a reason. We do have the clover and the mice coming through first. So it's kind of like a risk that didn't pay off, a chance that you took that didn't pay off, a gamble that didn't pay off, an investment that didn't pay off. It was a lost bet, or a lost opportunity, or a lost chance at something. It's kind of wanting you to know, have faith, because we do have the cross coming through here as well. It's just wanting you to know that you feel as though you lost the chance at something. For a lot of you, this is something that has already happened. So you've already lost the chance. You feel as though you missed out on something that you should have gone for it when you had the chance, kind of thing. But you lost the chance. You lost the bet. You lost the opportunity to invest in that thing. It's kind of like wanting you to know, have faith. Better, you missed out on that because there's something better for you. That there's something, there's a reason that isn't in your life right now. So it's kind of like you're maybe looking at something. You see these signs that, oh, I thought I was supposed to go towards that opportunity, but I lost the chance to go for that. I missed out on that. And then you find out that I missed out on that job that I went for or whatever. I lost the chance to get that job because I said something stupid at the interview, or, whatever the example we're using here. But it's like, then you realize down the track that actually held responsibility. That job held responsibilities that you weren't really prepared for. That took you down a different path that you would have missed out on learning about this other opportunity. And it's like, oh, there would have been too much responsibilities put on my shoulders and not enough pay or whatever, And then you find out, or some of you find out, you see signs that, oh, do you know what? Now I'm actually starting to see the sign that company is failing. That company, it wouldn't have worked out long term for me because that company is starting to fail or something along those lines. So it's kind of giving you this reinstigation of trusting the signs that you're getting and trusting that there's a reason that all these things have happened, that certain things, happen for a reason, and that you sometimes just need to trust that even if you don't understand the reason, that there is one behind the scenes, okay, that the universe, sometimes it might seem like the universe does things haphazardly, but a lot of the time, you do eventually see the signs that, oh, there was actually something better waiting for me around the corner after that. Just something about that coming through there, Virgo, paying attention to the signs that you're receiving. For some of you, paying attention to, the actual signs as well. Don't forget to pay attention to the actual signs. There's something about, like, you might be driving down a street and you keep seeing, like, you keep seeing signs for a business called, okay, well, here's a good example. Here in Australia, we have a company called Amber Tiles. Okay, so it's a tiling company, but it's one of the popular ones. But like if you're driving down the road and you see like multiple, every time you're driving and you go, it doesn't matter which suburb you're in or whatever, you see a big sign for Amber Tiles, Amber Tiles. And you're like, why do I keep seeing ads for this company? And then, a couple of days later, you are out with friends and they introduce you to someone named Amber. And then that person becomes very influential in your life. Okay, and so that you were seeing the signs, Amber, 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 Amber. So then when you meet Amber, you're paying more attention because you're like, oh, I've seen signs about you. I knew you were coming into my life, that kind of thing. So pay attention to actual signage as well. If you're seeing, if there's certain signs that are standing out to you there, okay, like on street signs or like roadside signs and things like that. Pay attention to those as well. But that's what we've got for you, Virgo. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel and we will see what's going on for our Libra. Libra, what's going on for you with gratitude throughout the end of January? Messages of gratitude for Libra throughout the end of January. Okay, Libra. Oh, self-love. Okay, be grateful for the person that you are. No one else can be you as good as you. Okay, imagine them trying to walk in your shoes, Libra. No one else could pull it off, but somehow you do. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. All right, so definitely taking care of the sweet, innocent sides of yourself as well this month, and kind of nurturing that inner child in the sense of you're being grateful for. I'm so glad that I didn't lose my sense of kindness because of all these things I've been through. I'm so glad that I never lost, my zest for life, even though life is trying to throw all these negative things at me. There's something that your inner child is actually, it hasn't changed in all these eons. No matter what's happened in your life, there may be times where it's been dimmed, but that light has still been there. Libra, gratitude messages for Libra throughout the end of January. I'm also hearing glory, glory. Like is it a song? Glory, glory, hallelujah. I don't know the relevance of that. I seem to be getting a lot of religious-based messages throughout this reading for some reason. Yeah, no matter the struggle. Okay, we have the mountain coming through first. So, you know what? I am the only person who would have ever been able to climb that mountain. That obstacle that was put in my path, other people would not have had the determination and the perseverance to get through that ish as what I have, Libra. So really, giving yourself some credit throughout the end of the month here, because this is like ultimate achievement that you've had all these blockages, these obstacles, these delays thrown your way. And do you know what? You have climbed and climbed and climbed until you've reached the pinnacle of that mountain. And you know what? Think about how many people get stuck at halfway up Everest. You are someone who has climbed to the top, okay? That's kind of the message that's coming through for you here, is that, think about how many people have tried and failed to do the exact same things that you have succeeded at. It's kind of asking you to, pat yourself on the back a little bit this month, to be honest, because we have the lily here as well. Not only, once again, as we see with that self-love card, and then also the birds coming through next, finding space for that softness within, that innocent child within yourself, and allowing yourself to converse with the more vulnerable, innocent sides of yourself, the kindness, the morals that you have had. You're becoming wiser to the fact that those things have never changed within you. Yes, the world has changed so much, and the material, stuff around you has changed so much, but there's certain values within you yourself that have never changed. And so it's time for you to, have a bit of a chat with yourself about that and become more wise to that vulnerable, sweet side of yourself, because it's an important part of who you are. All right. And it's the part of you that deserves the love the most. The innocent child within, they're innocent. They deserve love. Why do you not give them that? Okay, it's coming through like a little bit like that as well. But it's also, the longevity, the long term, you're wiser and more mature because of all these obstacles that you have survived and gotten through. Okay, it's made you much, much wiser, and therefore, much more able to protect and nurture that sweet, vulnerable side of yourself. And the first way we do that is giving ourselves a little bit more self-love. Give yourself that pat on the back, Libra, and gratitude for the fact that, that beautiful child within has never changed. It's still been there. It's not jaded by the world. It's not jaded by all these blockages and mountains that have been thrown my way. It's still sweet and innocent, and it deserves love. Okay, Libra, so that's what we're seeing for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know in regards to gratitude for the rest of January? Gratitude message for our Scorpios for the rest of January. Surrender. Okay, Scorpio, you guys are about as good as this as I am as a Capricorn, right? Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you are dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. All right, so it's about needing to surrender to the will of the universe right about now, Scorpio. Yes, it is hard, and yes, it can feel as though it's the end of everything, but it's about putting your ego aside. So definitely needing to surrender the ego right now, Scorpio, and be grateful for, the flow in some kind of a way that the ebbs and flows of life, that even if you feel like you're down means there's an up. All right, that life is not flat line. There's ups and downs, and even when you feel as though you're down, that at least you know that there's an up on the other side of it all. So sometimes we just need to let go and just trust that we will find the up. Okay, Scorpio. Messages of gratitude for Scorpio, the end of January. Happiness will come again, Scorpio. Okay, so we have the sun and the coffin coming through first. All right, so there's something about finding happiness in the endings that have occurred, that the things that have ended and died off in your life, that there is actually a reason to be happy about those ending, that, you know, closing off to those energies and surrendering those endings that have happened. There's a greater happiness to be had on the other side of that. Every death is a rebirth, so that you know, that when you let go of those endings that you maybe have been holding on to a little bit here, the things that have ended that you maybe weren't ready for those things to end in your life, whether it be, you know, someone's presence in your life, or whether it be, you know, a job ending, or, you know, the end of a friendship, or anything that has ended or come to some sort of a close in your life. What that actually enables is room to grow, room for a new beginning, room for new things to enter your life. It's kind of that out with the old, in with the new. And there's a happiness in that. There's, you know, it is a personal epiphany that is going to be occurring for you, you know, in the next few weeks here, that you're realizing that it's not the end, it's just the beginning of something new. It's not the end of a phase or a relationship or whatever. It's the start of having space for a brand new one, or a brand new something else completely. You know, that it could be something that is even better on the other side of that. We have the anchor as well. So yes, you may feel a little bit stuck right now. Surrendering is hard. It feels like you're stuck. It feels like you're just waiting for something to happen. But it's also dependable, reliable to know that in amongst it all, you know, even if I'm at the bottom, at least there's a top. You know, that even if this is the end, at least there's a new beginning on the other side. So I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is coming through in the form of an epiphany throughout the month here, that, you know, the realization that something that you have been holding on to and keeping space for, that the moment that you surrender that to the universe, that it allows the new energy to come in for you there, Scorpio. Okay, so I do feel as though there was a similar message in one of our recent all signs readings as well for you, Scorpio. So make sure you have, you know, watched all your recent ones. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with them all. And we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, messages of gratitude for Sagittarius for the end of January. What does Sagittarius have to be grateful for the end of January, please? The ease in which you moving through life right now, Sagittarius. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Okay, so the more that you tell yourself it's easy to get the things I want, it's easy to receive blessings, it's easy to, you know, show love and receive love, it's easy to share my time with others and have others share their time with me, the easier it actually does become for you. All right, this is actually, you know, regardless of what you feel like is going on in your life, this is actually an easy role at the moment, to be honest. And you need to keep, you know, I'm getting a weird phrase here. You need to lubricate the cogs of destiny. with your trust and faith that it is easy for you to do so. It's easy for you to manifest. It's easy for you to get what you want. It's easy for you to receive the things that you need in your life. And the more that you are in that energy and the more that you're affirming that these things are easy for you, the more you're lubricating the wheels of destiny. Okay, so I don't know why it's coming through in that phrasing, but that's what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Maybe you just needed the giggle as well. Sagittarius, messages of gratitude for Sagittarius. I feel like for a lot of you, it's about looking back through your life and going, oh, yes, this is actually a really easy for me compared to that happened, or, you know, the time that I was doing this, or I was stressed about that. This is actually easy, especially for those of you where it's like, yeah, this is easy compared to, you know, the first time I had to do this, that kind of thing coming through. We do have the dog coming through first. So there is a lot of gratitude here for loyalty and support around your energy as well, the friends that we keep. Okay. We do have the mountain as well. So it's kind of like showing us here, followed by the flowers, which is receiving energy. All right, so it's kind of talking about, you know, the mountain in the middle here is blockages or delays or, you know, obstacles that you're facing along the path. But it's showing us here that you're able to receive support through those. You're able to receive understanding. You yourself are able to support yourself through these obstacles in a much easier way. So I do feel as though for a lot of you, it's kind of this energy of, I've faced harder mountains to climb than this one, so this is nothing. This is easy. This is just a little speed bump in the road. You know, that reminder to self that, oh, this is easy compared to, you know, that other thing I had to go through, or compared to what I see others going through right now, and things like that. So pretty simple message for you today. But, you know, I must say it's probably the best one we've seen so far. So, you know, we all like it when we do get those little periods of time where things actually are a little bit easier on us from the universe, rather than these hard struggle lessons. Okay, so you are actually in a better phase than you may realize. All right, so that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. And we will move over to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, messages of gratitude for our Capricorns throughout the end of January. The end of January, messages of gratitude. What does Capricorn need to pay attention to with gratitude, please? Gratitude, Capricorn. Interesting. On the bottom of the deck, we do see the inner child coming through as well. So, you know, compassion and love towards the sweeter, you know, innocent sides of yourself. Having gratitude that it's like, I think it was, I can't remember which sign it was that got a similar message. But you may want to check your other placements as well, Capricorn. There was another sign that had a similar message. It may have been Libra, actually. Fill me with gratitude for all that you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So may I open my heart to gratitude that the universe gives me exactly what I need when I need it, even the harder things. You know, I'm a Capricorn, so I sometimes do get a harder task than others do. But do you know what? I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn, to level up, to be this vehicle to share myself and my love and my sweetness and my innocence of and my knowledge, my inner knowing with others around me that I care for. Having gratitude and paying attention to showing your gratitude at the moment, Capricorn, is important to actually, you know, stop seeing the cup half empty, to try to see it half full, to stop and smell the flowers at the moment, Capricorn. Okay, messages of gratitude for Capricorn. The end of January, gratitude for Capricorn, please. Interesting. So we do see the letter coming through first. All right. So this is communication and expression. So the way that you're communicating and expressing your gratitude for the rest of the month here is important. So I do feel for a lot of you, it's about expressing gratitude, all right, to the people around you that you are grateful for, to being grateful for. I feel so blessed for having XYZ in my life. I feel so lucky to, have this in my life. The more that you express those things, the wiser you become, and the more that you're actually taking care of that inner child. We have the tree here. Okay. For some of you, I am getting here that it's important to express your gratitude to the Virgo. All right. For those of you who have someone who is close to you who is a Virgo, you may wish to express your gratitude to them directly. I am getting that you may actually want to write them a little letter, it's kind of like a little love note of gratitude. Like, I feel so lucky to have you in my life, Virgo. Thank you for everything that you are. Simple as that. It's just feeling like that's a specific message for a couple of you there who do have important Virgos around you, that maybe they need that right now. Maybe they need that reassurance. That Capricorn can sometimes be seen as a little bit cold, but this is a very spiritual energy. It's very healing and growth based energy here. So a lot of you, like me, maybe expressing your gratitude for how far you have grown, how much you have matured in your life. Okay. And how, expressing that I can take care of myself. I know how to look after myself. I know how to love myself. So positive affirmations towards self and towards the universe are really going to work in your favor at the moment, Capricorn. We do also have the ship coming through. So with the tree there as well, it's definitely about how much I've grown, how much I've moved forward from the version of myself that I used to be, and expressing that, it really helps supplement your wisdom and maturity at the moment. It really helps you take much better care of yourself and show yourself a bit of love, Capricorn. For some of you, it's like I'm expressing gratitude for travel and adventure as well. For those of you who you've had an opportunity to travel, that you do need to make sure you express your gratitude for that as well. Even if it's just expressing that gratitude to yourself, to the universe. A little bit of gratitude goes a long way, Capricorn, because it's kind of telling the universe, I'm so grateful for that. More, please. I like that energy. Give me that energy. I love that energy. Thank you so much for that energy. I love that. And then the universe goes, oh, Capricorn's showing gratitude for that, so they must want more of that. Let's give them more of that. Okay, so it actually does help you receive further blessings that, are on the similar energy scale to what you're showing your gratitude for. All right. So that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, messages of gratitude for Aquarius for the rest of January. Gratitude for Aquarius throughout the rest of January, please. Oop, okay, there it is. So, there it is. And then I'm hearing that song on the bottom of the deck. We have faith. Okay, and I'm like that song. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Ooh, faith. There's something about that song that's important for you right now, Aquarius. Is it George Michael, right? Because you gotta have faith. There's a Limp Bizkit version as well, right? Go and listen to that song. There's something about that song that is really important for you right now. I don't know why it's coming through, but it's coming through very forcefully. It wants you to listen to that song. Okay, freedom though. It's all about freedom. That you got to have faith that you will have the freedom to be where you need to be. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Okay, so you've got to have faith that things will work out, that karma exists for you, Aquarius, that there's something that you're holding on to that's sort of holding you back from being truly free, that you've got to have faith that you can break free from this. Resentment, see, it's specifying resentment towards something, okay? And it feels important to mention to you here, Aquarius, that resentment is one of the emotions that, very, as we would realize, it's very tied in with anger, but resentment actually comes from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of, what happens if I let go of this resentment? Fear of karma not being paid, justice not being served. There's a lot of fear attached to resentment. A lot of people don't realize that because it's such a fiery kind of energy, but it's passion, okay? At the bottom of energies like resentment and anger and vindictiveness, there's a lot of passion, because you wouldn't hold on to that emotion if you weren't holding that so close to your heart. So it's like triggering you to understand that there's something about that that's very important for you to understand, that the resentment is only there because it's coming from fear, but it's important for you to pay attention to it, to understand that, why do I hold this resentment? It may be for very valid reasons. I'm not saying that it's not, but the more that you're holding on to that energy, the more that it's actually holding on to that energy in your present and your future, rather than resentment for something that's already happened in the past. Okay, so when we let go of things like resentment, we're allowing ourselves to move into a future that doesn't hold resentment and doesn't hold fear. And, because those negative emotions, they hold you back, and they stop things like happiness and love from coming in for you. So it is important to pay attention to those things and work out, what what does it mean if I let go of that resentment? Does it mean that that person, because for a lot of you, I feel like it's resentment towards a person, and that letting go of resentment does not mean that you're giving in to that person and anything like that. It's about you yourself. Okay, you probably heard the phrase before, forgiveness is something we do for ourselves, not for the person we forgive. It's kind of like that, all right? Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know in regard to gratitude for the end of January? So once you let go of that, you actually find a greater freedom in self than you realize. Yeah, so for a lot of you, it's resentment towards a person, a platonic relationship, or somebody that you felt, broke your trust, your loyalty, that their support. They broke the support system, or something along those lines, because we have the dog coming through first, followed by the scythe. Okay, and so the scythe is something breaking or being cut out of your life, kind of thing. And what's being cut out of your life is this platonic energy, this friendship, this support person, this you thought somebody had understanding, compassion, loyalty for you, but that broke. Okay, it was a sudden, unexpected change that and that's why there is a resentment there that has been built for a lot of you. But the more that you break free from that resentment, look what it allows in. We see the heart coming through. It allows love in. All right, you may already have a partner, but there's just something. The resentment has been blocking you from a freedom in your love, in your heart, that you have been blocking yourself from. So have gratitude for the ability to see the truth of this resentment, and what it means for you. Not what it means for the person or situation, what it means for you and your soul and your heart. All right? Holding on to resentment turns our hearts black. All right? So, on the other side of letting go of this, there's a freedom of love that you regain Okay, Aquarius. So that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, what's going on for Pisces through the end of January in regards to gratitude? Messages of gratitude for our Pisces, please. Oh, your inner power, your strength. Look at that. We see the lion there, which is very commonly seen as a strength image, confident kind of image. It's your inner power, your inner strength. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. All right. So I feel like for a lot of you, Pisces, that this for a lot of you is standing up for yourself, having the strength and the courage to stand up for yourself, that I will not be silenced. I will not let you treat me like that. I will not be, whatever it is, something along those lines. That is what you're grateful for, is that you have the courage to stand up for yourself. Think about previous versions of yourself, Pisces, and other people that you may know who would not have the courage to stand up to something that is not right. A way of being, I feel like it's someone treating you badly for a lot of you, or being disrespectful or something along those lines. Pisces, messages of gratitude for Pisces. And for some of you, it's like this inner power of, looking back through your life and realizing, wow, how much courage and power have I had to be able to get through all of that kind of thing. And it's this recognition of like the inner strength within you that enables you to feel a lot more stable and secure in yourself. We have the house here. Okay, so that's mental stability and your emotional security. So you're like, I'm coming from like this fortress. I am an inner fortress all by myself, and that I have this power and stability within me. And I know I'm solid. I'm willing to stand up for that. And especially for family too. There's something about family, standing up for family, coming through there as well. But we also see the clover coming through. So there's a lot of good fortune around your energy toward the end of January here. I feel like for a lot of you, there's something specific at the end of January, like the last few days of January, where it's kind of wanting you to take a chance on that, take a risk on that, especially when it comes to things like standing up for someone, being confident for something to happen, investing in something, taking a risk on someone that others maybe aren't taking a risk on, or something along those lines, because it leads to the stars. Okay, your wishes being met, your goals being met, achieved here. A lot of hope and optimism. You have, high risk, high reward, and bang, here comes the rewards for you, Pisces. So it's kind of giving me this energy of, standing tall and strong and firm and confident in your in your investments that you're making, and in the risks that you're taking at the end of the month here, leads you directly to your wishes being fulfilled, your dreams being achieved, okay, and doing so in a very optimistic manner. You know that I know that I'm solid. I know that my risks will pay off, and lo and behold, bang, they do. All right. So, and I do feel once again that there may be something about standing up for someone or standing up for something, at around this issue, that it may seem as though that you're taking a risk on someone or something that you're standing up for here, but you have this solid energy within you that that this is actually worth the risk, and if this pays off, this is going to pay off big time. And lo and behold, it does. Okay, so that's what we're seeing for you, Pisces. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.